Hey everyone, it is a Vicious Vixen, and here we are with the Mace build part 2. So I'm just marking out the spots where I'm going to put two really strong magnets called Neodymium magnets. And I'm using my heat tool to burn those in, burn the holes in for them. Anytime you use a heat tool on PVC pipe or foam, just make sure you have like a respirator and whatnot on and a window open, or go outside if you can. I'm just going to use those two holes that I made to mark out where the other two magnets are going to go on the pipe that goes on the inside. And this part is going to be detachable because that's where most of the wires are, and I just want to be able to get to them if I need to. So you just want to sand it down and make it as flush as you can to make sure that you can still slide the pipe into the other one. And then these are the magnets. They're really powerful. You want to slide them apart, not try to pull them apart. I'm just going to use my Exacto knife to slide it in there, and then use some super glue, which is also nail glue. I think it's known as cyanoacrylate glue. And if you need to adjust it, you want to use something that's not metal, because if you use something that's metal, it will fly out. And to make sure you get the proper other side of the magnet in there, just drop it and it'll fix itself. And once you attach that one, you can go ahead and just cover it with foam. So now you have a discreet and secure closure for whatever you might need to get to, or just to disassemble your props. To make the handle part, all I'm doing is using various sizes of interlocking PVC coupling pieces. I'll put the measurements for the ones that I use down below. And for this part, I just want this part to be a friction hold. So as you can see, I'm seeing how they interlock with each other. And the larger pieces there are going to be what hold the battery section, which is that blue thing, which is it's just a rechargeable, one of those portable battery chargers. I sanded the edges of those, and then I'm going to use super glue and CA glue just to give it a hold while the CA glue cures, but also it's going to be covered in foam after that, so it's fine. So here I'm just heating up my foam. I like to do it off of the prop, just because I don't want to add even more fumes into the air. It's your preference. But I'm still just doing the same method of heating the foam, shaping it to whatever I need. Then I use contact cement on both the foam and whatever I'm gluing it to, and then let it get tacky, and then you can put it on your prop. This is basically how I covered all the rest of the prop. I just used 2mm foam, and I think for those raised ridges there, like the taller bits, that's like 5mm foam. But that is all the sizes of foam I used on this prop. I'm just using my heat gun to clean up that edge because it was a little bit messy. And here I'm using the top of my Mod Podge jar to make a little cap for the handle part of my my mace, to cover it up where the strap comes out. And the strap, honestly, there's just a ton of hot glue on the inside of a hole that I carved. That's it. I'm gonna let it dry and then trim off the excess around the edge. And then after that, I don't have footage of it and I apologize, but all I did was start filling in some of the seams and whatnot with some like caulk material with just some water and my finger just to smooth it into the seams, which is going to make the paint job easier. I put that strip of foam there just to help conceal where the two pipes interlock with each other. And now I'm just covering up the handle. That's basically all the rest of what I did for this, was just start covering up any parts of PVC pipe that showed. And then I'm gonna also trim off the very top of that because I want to make sure the magnets can properly interlock with each other. And as you can see, it's a little bit too high. It's going over the magnets, so I'm just going to trim that off and then finish up putting all the rest of the foam and whatnot together. Here I am just using my heat tool to burn in some like battle damage texture. And I'm also going to use the heat tool on the spikes because I want them to look more like bone rather than like metal pieces kind of. And that is honestly about it for the tutorial. We have the third part coming up, which is gonna be me painting this baby, and that means after that we're gonna start with more of the actual costume, which is the underdress and then the chest armor and the rest of the armor that's gonna light up too, just like the mace. So I just hope you guys will stay with me and stick around. I'll see you hopefully in the next video. Bye bye.